Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 30th of January 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Paramatma residing in the heart of every being. Today I want to just continue just for a few minutes on the discussion we were having, the presentation I was giving regarding the Brahman effulgence versus the body of God. You know, the body of God meaning Sakar Paramatma, Bhagavan with form. And then this light that is coming, this divine consciousness that is the effulgence called the Brahma Jyoti or the Brahman effulgence in the different bhakti sampradayas. Now, these are very big ideas. These are big things. You know, one of the biggest issues I think that Advaita Vedanta would have with this notion of God with form, what they are saying in Advaitic parampara, many Advaitic parampara, that as long as you have a form, there is a duality. There's you and there is that. And as long as there is a duality, you are still in some kind of a limited state. Even though you're seeing God, that you're still not completely one, there is still some division left. You see, so this is the idea that is in the Advaitic tradition, that the Brahman can take any form. It can take, so the examples that are given, if you take water, H2O, it can become an iceberg. There's so many icebergs, aren't there, in the world? So many shapes of icebergs are there. There's also the water in the ocean. There's also steam. There's also ice cubes. There's so many forms of water. It has taken different forms. So what the Advaitic masters stated is that the Brahman can take any form, can appear in any form for the devotee, because the actual tattvic theory is that it is only you that is present. There isn't anything other than you. What an idea that is. There's really nothing like a separate God other than you. This is Advaita. We should be very clear about this point. Advaita means not two. That means that all that is only one. So then why is there duality, plurality? This is that when you realize the one, who you are, that will become clear, that there is no plurality. It's just only one. It's like saying the ice cube is different from the iceberg. The iceberg is different from the ocean. The ocean is different from the water vapor. It looks different, doesn't it? The actual experience is different. But the substance is not different. The tattva is not different. So it's a matter of realization. So now, on this point, there are two words that come into the picture. That is Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa. Both of these words, you have heard me talk about them over the years. You probably have seen them in different literature also. So Savikalpa means with support or with seed also, sabij. It means that the mind still remains in subtle awareness of its individual existence and the object of meditation, even though it is extremely focused and peaceful. For example, there is Hanumanji and there's Bhagwan Ram. So Hanumanji himself has stated that when I am filled with body consciousness, there is the you, the Lord, the Supreme Lord, and I am your Das Bhav. You see that Das Hanuman in the temples, right? So that imagery, that iconography, from an Advaitic standpoint, is an indication of Savikalpa Samadhi. But we may not realize this one, but when you go to the mandir, Hindu temples, you see Ram Parivar is there. Bhagwan Ram is in the middle. On the right is Lakshmanji, on the left is Sitaji. And at the feet of all three of them is Hanumanji Maharaj. Das Hanuman, it is called, Das Hanuman. So the Das means duality, that you are the Lord and I am your servant. It's not only Das, it is Dason ke Das. That the Hanumanji is also the sevak of Lakshmanji. Lakshmanji is a sevak of Bhagwan Ram and Sitaji. Right? And so Sitaji is sevak of Ramchandra. So it's called Dasanudas in Gujarat. In Swaminarayan Sampradaya, we talk a lot about this point. This is like one of the big ideas, to be in that state. To be the sevak of the sevak of the sevak of the sevak. Sabke sevak, sab seva hi kar. Best position to be in. Best position to be. But Advaita Vedanta would say that is just a beginning. Advaita Vedanta would say that is a good place to begin. You can, if you want, you can just remain at that point. You see the Lord, you are the servant, and you want to maintain that bhavana relationship. Wahi aapki mukti hai, theek hai. But they would say, from a tattvic point of view, that is not the ultimate. That is only the beginning. They would say that is only the beginning. But from the Dvaita point of view, the other sampradayas, they would say that is the absolute end. Swami Sarvapriyananda ji on YouTube, I was listening many times, he has mentioned, he talked about this ladder. The Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, and Advaita. And then he said you can turn the ladder around also. The Advaita, the Vishishtadvaita, and Dvaita. It depends on your proclivity, propensity. Hamare mein kya? Again, Sachin's humble recommendation always is bhakti and dasatva is the best. Advait ki baat, it is correct, but it is also there's no place for any ahankar in that, and that's the danger. It's nothing wrong with Advaita Vedanta. I mean, in terms of Brahman effulgence and whatever the realization is, but isme bahut ahankar se they have fallen and off the spiritual path. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahma. Because a person is not evolved to make that statement. You can make that statement. Start with bhakti and bhajan, kirtan and dasatva bhavan. The purification of antakaran it has to be there. And the ahankar is then completely changed in its function that I am Brahman. That is its tattvic change, its ontological being status change, that I am this jiva, aham jivam, to aham brahmasmi. That is Advaita Vedanta. In Advaita Vedanta, in terms of its sthiti, wo jo sthiti ki jo baat hai, the state, that is Nirvikalpa. Wo Nirvikalpa, as soon as you use the word Nirvikalpa, you're into Advaita. Now, there are levels within that as per Vachanamrut, but I won't go into those things right now. That's something even beyond our discussion here. We'll leave that alone. But for Nirvikalpa, the word Nirvikalpa simply means that there is no sense of I, there are no concepts or ideas or anything like that. There is no mind that is normally functioning. It is a total absorption in the Brahman. So the mind is Brahman. There is no me that is seeing the Brahman. There is no me that is seeing God or anything like that. It is total oneness. Not even oneness, it is one. It is just one. That is Nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That's what it is called. It is a type of samadhi. And it is possible to go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi and come back into the body. Like the very famous story of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he went into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi for so many days, 10, 12 days or something like that. And body just becomes like wood. It just becomes, frozen, basically. It's still alive. Maybe there's some breathing going on, some very little, but it's some different dimension altogether. And body is still there. And then those yogis who just leave the body, then they don't come back inside the body. Because sharir is not who we are. This body is a mechanism. It is a genetic mechanism. It is a physiological mechanism. It is necessary for mukti, for liberation. It is a mechanism. It is a means. It's a doorway into liberation. Now, there's one more word I want to introduce. I'll just take 2 more minutes. I'll try to stop on time here. And that is called Jnana Samadhi. Abhi ye bahut interesting baat hai. This is actually what Shriji Maharaj, meaning Swaminarayan Bhagwan, he emphasized this. Even though he would place people into Nirvikalpa Samadhi and these Alokik Darshan, these things were happening, but that he didn't put any emphasis on that. They said that's not all that relevant. Relevant is here that you live in this world as if you are in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, but you have Jnana Samadhi. So the 3 avasthas are there, Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti. Everything is going on as it is, but one is completely liberated while the experiences of life are going on, because the body is given by God, by that great reality, so that we can gain experience and we can perfect ourselves through the mechanism of experience. And that capacity to do that, that is called Gnan. What is the way? How can I describe it? That, let me see if I can put it in the right way. That is using the living body as it is without going into Nirvikalpa Samadhi while living in this world as if one is in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and that becomes the greatest sadhana while living in this world. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. It's a little difficult to express it exactly. It's as if a person is living in that state, but we have to get to that state. So we are working constantly. The sadhanas have to be done, the bhajan, bhakti, manan, chintan. But Gnan Samadhi kya hai? Gnan Samadhi is where there is the wisdom of the scriptures and the wisdom of the Sadgurus is held inside without breakage. It is a continuous holding. In Gujarati, it is beautifully written કે સત્સંગમાં જે વાર્તા થાય છે એ અંતરમાં ધારવી. ये वचनामृत के सब शब्द है. Very powerful, very, very straight and clear. Hold inside, which we don't do. We don't even know how to do that. But that is the real doorway. That is the doorway into Gnan Samadhi. Just take another minute here, and then we'll close up. The doorway into Gnan Samadhi is to hold even few ideas that are they're just churned inside. They're held inside, and they're not forgotten. And one is then resonating with that, and then those truths are bubbling up and manifesting in one's life, in the life that one has. And that manifestation and the activity done through that manifestation is called Gnan Samadhi. Tremendous stuff. Let's stop here for now. Om Dhyanamoolam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Bandusha Sakha Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Divilingaya Namaha Urdhvalingaya Namaha Anandalingaya Namaha Dvadash Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha Om Shri Durga Arpanamastu Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu.